Hi.
Hi, this is Lupin About, and I Lupin About. I'm in Kentucky.
Yes, you did.
I'm at their hometown. And Annetta has been gracious to have me stay in her house.
Anytime.
Yeah, I'm going to do it again. Now that she's offered again. Hi, I'm Alicia, also known as AK-47.
I'm Annetta, also known as Anatat.
And I'm Lindsay, also known as Lindsay Ann.
You also know Anatat because she is one of our moderators.
Yes.
And we knit along all the time, cross country. And we're
Yes.
going to show some things that we might be knitting together right now.
Via text.
Mm-hmm. We usually start this off with some chit-chat. So what have you guys been up to?
Well, we've been to the Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival this weekend.
It was wonderful. It was nice and small. It didn't overcome my senses.
It rained a lot.
It did. And then it got swampy.
I felt like a little bit of me probably came along in there from Seattle. So we got drizzled on, and then we got deluged on.
I was not a
I really thought that tent was gonna cave in on us.
It was sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
We were good.
But it didn't last long.
Mm-mm.
So it was good.
And you guys had a lot of yarn there.
Yes.
Awesome. It was
You said
really
it's
good
improved and
Every year it
Years
seems to
past.
get better.
Mhm.
More food choices, more yarn choices.
I'm seriously intimidated by sizes like Rhinebeck. Have you guys gone to Rhinebeck?
Yes.
And this was way less.
Rhinebeck was a little...
Yeah, it was
It
overwhelming.
was crazy.
Yeah.
It was cool to go.
Mm-hmm. And so you've been.
So you've been, but
Pennsylvania is the longest state in the United States.
I feel like it is.
When you drive.
You haven't driven in California then, north to south.
Probably. Okay, that's
I'm not doing that.
No.
No. Pennsylvania's bad enough. I'm done.
You cross over the border from Oregon and it says 795 or something on the sign. I'm just like, we're going to travel 795 miles in one
But when you go
state.
to Maryland, you have to make sure that you hit rest stops as you see them,
Yeah.
because there's no signs. There's no signs.
So
And
what route
bathrooms
do
are
you
huge
go?
for me.
Do you go straight north and then...
West
Straight
Virginia
east
and then north.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would do it again?
I do Maryland again for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard good
It's
things
a little
about
bit
Maryland.
It's smaller. It's laid out really well. I don't think it's near even. It's just not as crowded.
Mhm.
They still have a lot of the same people, I feel like,
Yeah.
that go to Rhinebeck that go to
Have
Maryland.
you checked the
Sheeping as
vendor
well.
list?
Yeah.
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 So it's fun.
It's also a lot easier to get to.
Yeah.
More options for, I think. Because we stayed in Airbnb for
Rhinebeck.
and then we just stayed in a local hotel
Okay.
for
Maryland.
Maryland. And it was a really nice one.
Huh.
Breakfast.
You could probably talk me into Maryland, but I don't think you could talk me into Rhinebeck at this point. I'd have to do
was a
baby
lot.
steps into a bigger event.
It was a lot. You had to really, some booths you're like, do I really need something from that?
Yeah.
And then you would be like, do I really want to stand in line for that?
Mm-hmm.
Like
you-
Miss Babs.
Yeah, that was
You couldn't hardly get in the booth. You waited to get in the booth, and then you waited in a line that was probably 45 minutes to an hour long to pay.
I went into a lot of the booths that were not as
Crowded.
Mm-hmm.
but they were still, some of them were very small, so you're kind of doing that whole like
Shimmy.
shimmy. Oh, excuse me. That whole shimmy thing.
I think I might have to take the shawl off.
Okay.
Because we're getting warm on our little couch already.
Because we're all close and snuggled.
We'll
Usually
show
I'm
up.
the only one that knits in here.
This is part of your world.
Yep.
Am I?
You're wearing part of your world too.
I am too. I'm wearing Anetta's part of your
Anetta's
world.
knit.
Because I did not come prepared today. And I'm wearing all the shades of
Shades in
white
there.
and blue.
I'm gonna cuddle. Alright, did you guys finish anything recently?
I did.
Yeah? What have you
Because
finished?
Alicia taught me to crochet.
Ooh. And she picked my pattern to do.
And I
So that made it
knit.
a little bit easier.
Yes.
I know this.
I learned to knit a hat in
Crochet.
crochet.
Yeah. It looks like a little flapper hat on you.
I think I need a big flower.
Yeah.
You do. You crochet yourself a flower.
I could.
Yes,
I think
those are fun.
And
So
there's
this
some-
will be my hot tub hat because in the winter I don't like my head to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm in a hot tub, but I don't like my head to be cold. So anyway, that'll be my hot tub
I
hat.
like it.
So you altered it a little bit.
It is an ear flap hat for babies,
Yes.
and she kept telling me
I wanted her to
loose thoughts.
think loose stitches. I had never seen your crochet before, and I think I just gave you the wrong needle. I think you would have been fine on a...
So it was it's adult size, and I chose not to have ear flaps because then they would get wet in the hot tub.
We usually
And she
do
made it
just
one color.
practice or just starting out. They tend to do it more
Yeah,
heavily anyway.
Exactly. They got a little stressed out,
So.
but
It
you
was
were not
really nice.
stressed.
We'd had a little bit of bourbon slush, and
She made that. It was so good.
there was some trivia
So
gaming
worth it.
going on at the same time. So,
There was a lot going on.
Good time. What yarn did you use?
Cascade Eco Wool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dyed one.
Yes.
'Cause-
In Aaron. It was
So
just
that's
the
that
leftovers
Eco
that I had.
Plus?
Eco Plus.
Okay.
Yes.
And what colorway? Do you remember?
Their numbers. So
Okay.
just teal.
Yeah.
So bluey color.
It's like a, and it's a 2-color hat. As you can see, there's a detail down here that would be in a secondary color, but we decided just to not make things hard.
I rolled on.
Yep,
It was fun.
it was really fun.
So I'm excited because I've always wanted to learn to crochet.
So you do it again?
Abs-
Not the hat, but I mean.
Well,
you might
I will do the hat again
You
for my
probably need it.
granddaughter
Yeah.
with ear flaps.
Same color.
2 colors probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I do need to crochet me a flower. Yeah, I'm gonna knit this again, and then I will roll on with the crochet
Yeah.
a little bit.
We're gonna do a hippo,
Yeah.
and you're gonna do
The elephant.
an elephant of those African flower patterns.
That's the whole goal of me
nice.
learning how to crochet. Was that?
So we're both left-handed, and it kind of just helps to have somebody doing the same thing you are when you're learning something like this.
And then we both finished the exact same
The same shawl. So I started a shawl since last you saw me because we got enabled by a free pattern. So I can't think of her name.
Lisa Munch.
Yes, and she's from Northbound Knitting, and she had one of her patterns for free one day. I
Yes.
posted it up in the group, and we bought it.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yes. And so mine is out of hand spun.
This is the A Gleam shawl. Your hand spun?
No, not my hand spun.
Okay.
There was used to be a yarn shop here in
It
town.
is long, guys.
And
That's the halfway mark.
I bought it from the owner of the yarn shop.
Okay.
Yep.
And she was doing something special.
Yes, she was funding a new adoption.
Yeah. Now it's supposed to be in one colorway. I decided on 2 because I think most people did variegated.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful in
And mine's
variegated.
a gradient.
Yeah, it goes from a black
Black
to a gold.
It's pretty.
It's really pretty.
DK weight, 500
Uh-huh.
yards.
It goes so fast.
Nice.
It might be the fastest.
Yes, fastest shawl I've ever knit.
So this one's mine. I went for 2 color, and I just put it. You know, I said to Annette, I was like, I think I can do 2 colors. She's like,
Totally.
all right, let's look at the construction, and we'll say yay or nay. I think I like it. So
Me
this
too.
is Suburban Stitcher. The purple is, isn't that
It's so
decadent?
nice.
The purple is Black Orchid, and it's a deep purple. And I thought, it's going to be tonal, but I don't think it's going to be enough to carry this shawl by itself. I think it could have.
I do too.
Yeah. And then the speckle is also Suburban Stitcher, and this is DK weight, and it is Floral Bouquet.
It's gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
It's like the purples match almost perfect.
Yes. I
That's
bought this
awesome.
at ZK, so this is going to count for a yarn bonus in our ZK knit along.
Awesome.
I get no yarn bonus, but I really like it because this has been in my stash for ages.
It's a bunch of short rows, drop stitches. The drop stitches are super fun. There's not too many of them.
No.
What we did, like maybe 6 rows
Yep.
that were drop stitch.
Mhm.
It slowed you down quite a bit though. We would start it and we'd be texting back and forth. I'd be like, this is the slowest thing ever. I'm not even at the halfway point. Why am I taking a break to tell you this? But it's slow going.
Yeah, it was slow.
Yeah. But the
that-
rest of it was
Speedy, very
fast.
speedy.
So you do all short rows for increasing. I didn't think we were going to do that A Gleam so fast. I wanted it to be fast.
Holy crap. I mean, really and truly, like 3 days of knitting?
Yep. Now on Ravelry it says we,
Like-
started on a certain date,
Yeah.
ended on a certain date, but
We
went
both had
for
stuff
days.
going on without that we
That we
couldn't
weren't
knit on.
knitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got through that first purple section the first day,
Me too. The first section.
and then we did that white section in one day too.
Yes.
Nice.
And then we did this half of the purple side in one day, and then this half of the purple
So
side.
4 days.
It was
yeah.
a 4-day shawl.
That's not bad at all, though.
DK
Yeah.
goes fast, and especially for what we're participating in for the retreat knitting right now, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's nice, good
I think it's 209 grams for mine. I don't remember
I
what yours
forgot
was.
what mine was.
185 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
It's really great construction. And it's not garter tab.
Absolutely.
I think it was just like, cast on 5 stitches,
And
you're going. And I said, oh, this is... I don't like garter tab because it makes that weird
bump.
Like, hill
It makes a weirdness.
in your straight edge, right? So I try to avoid those.
Yeah.
You do them whether it's...
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Especially when they're really fiddly ones. Like, sometimes they're not just your basic garter tab. They're like,
Mhm.
oh, do this special thing too.
What if I
Okay,
choose
fine.
not to?
Can I just do it the way I know?
Can I just start at one end and go to the
How
other?
many stitches will I need?
What am I going for here? But I usually end up doing it anyway because I follow directions too.
Yeah. You don't do alterations like I do? I like to mod everything. Just for
I'm
funsies.
in all of your modding. I'm like, oh yeah, that could work. Like, but the pattern said to do this.
That's nice. No.
Like, whoa! I would have anxiety over that. I'd be texting Annetta. Oh my god, Annetta, I just totally screwed this up.
Did I read this right? Wait, I modded this wrong.
I'd be like, oh, son of a.
It rips out. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the nice
that's
thing.
true.
You're not wasting
I'm
anything.
like, hey, we need Mr. Dave to do some math here.
Mhm.
But yeah, my husband is the math calculator for gauge and
Mhm.
size and yardage.
And we forget which way to go.
Yeah.
Are we going up or down a size in
Wait,
this
which way?
deal?
Where do I need to go? I only have so far a half
So far,
sock.
Yeah.
I have one.
No,
Half
you've
one.
done more than that in the
Something
last
like where
couple
it is.
weeks.
It's in your
That's
lap.
a lot.
Oh Lord, there it is. I thought I lost
She's
it.
got a hoe.
I have a hoe.
Let's look at that. What kind of yarn is that?
Query
Query
fibers.
So I haven't yarn shopped in a while because I played roller derby for a while.
This almost looks like a hamburger.
I know. It's
It's Dr. Who's
time
stuff.
travel.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does kind of look like a hamburger with some ketchup and some lettuce and mustard. It does.
All the good tasty. Mm-hmm.
But I had told Annetta that I needed more self-striking sock yarn, and she's like, "Don't buy any yet. Just come." Actually, I'll pull some out. You can just stop by and pick them out. And
she shops stash.
I just shopped her stash because when I get done, even with just yarn that I had in my house, once I finish a pair of socks, I give it to Annetta, and she gets herself a little shorty pair.
You guys must have smalls, but you have small.
I
No,
have
she's
small
a
feet.
small foot and she likes longer socks, but I like mine short.
Okay.
So between the two of us, we can get
The perfect
two pair of
pairing,
socks out of a skein.
You guys need to start shopping together then.
We kind of tend to like the same colors.
Yeah. So
I
we're
may
like,
have
oh, I
a little
like
bit
that.
more red. She may have a little bit
Yes.
more purple, but we
Mhm.
tend to like the same colors.
But you love purple.
I do.
Yeah.
But I love my red.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna prefer red over purple. If you had the choice between those two colors,
Yeah, red.
it's gonna be red.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go purple every time.
I'm gonna go purple every time.
Now, if it was
I
a
like
choice
sacred classes
between
with
purple and blue, I have a
Purple.
hard time with that one.
I have that's a no-brainer. Purple.
Yeah?
Every time.
Blue doesn't call to you?
Mm-mm.
I think because there's blue in purple. We'll see red's in purple too. So you go for
I
red.
like them both.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
I
it
like-
just depends on the shade of the blue.
Yeah.
Like, this is an amazing shade. Like, it has to catch my eye.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be like, nah.
I like
pass.
all of the colors that I like have that bluish hint though. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the deeper reds. I don't want a
Oh, okay.
bright, a little, like an orangey red.
Mm-hmm.
And I want that yellow cast to my yarn.
Right.
I want the bluer cast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have very little blue over there.
Yeah, that's true. You like the dark saturated colors
I do.
like I do too.
I do.
Yeah, I could
I
shop
think the
your
only one I
stash.
can see is the Stranger Things yarn from Desert Vista.
So you have cabinets from IKEA
I do.
that are windowed front. So
They're
you can
glass,
see your
yes.
stash at a glance.
Yes.
Now, have you hid things behind
No.
what you can see?
No, well, I mean, there might be a skein of sock yarn behind another skein, but I'm very anal about setting up my yarn.
Mhm.
So, like, the lace is at the top, and then it starts
Yeah.
sock, and it goes that way all the way to worsted. And sweater quantities are towards the end. And if you look on
Okay.
Ravelry, well, I can see it. I don't think you could see it on my Ravelry page, but it's there for me to see. Like, I know that my Desert Vista Dye Works is always going to be in my 1-2, which is my one column, my second
So
shelf.
what she's saying is in Ravelry you can put your stash into it,
Into
and
a
you
location,
can
yeah.
put a location into it. So she has it by cube, and she's done it by grid, row and column.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
So when I'm searching for a yarn, I used to have to like open the closet, pull out the tubs, dump them in the floor, search through it to see if I had something I wanted. And now I can actually go to my Ravelry stash pages and just sort.
That makes it easier to shop from your stash.
It is. I've done a much better job of shopping my stash.
Now, I have a question for you because you probably use this tool more than I do. I don't use stash all that much. Can you say I want to see all my purple yarn?
Yes, you can do it by color. You can do an advanced search by color.
Yeah. Because if you wanted to do a fade.
Right. I always do it by weight first. Yeah. And then look at yardage. Because I want to know, do I have enough of this particular yarn, enough to do the sweater, let's say. So I've gotten better at putting in the yardage. I put in the color. I put in grams. I put in how much it cost.
Oh, see, I haven't put prices in ever.
I guess it's just that's another anal thing. If we ever had a fire, my insurance would pay for it.
And that's why you store all your stuff on Ravelry
Yes.
Stash.
Yes.
For insurance purposes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and it may take me, like, when I'll get back from ZK, it may take me 2 months to get it into Ravelry, but it always ends up
It's
there.
taking the picture. I think if you were able to pick that colorway on Ravelry, like it had it in its database,
right?
I would put everything in.
And you can snag them if they're there.
But I thought you couldn't borrow people's pictures.
You can usually use the picture from the yarn company. Because it's their yarn.
Yes.
Anyway, so you can usually use that one.
Okay.
Now, I tend to, like, literally set them in the floor, use my phone, take a picture of all of them. I do all the data entry, like, on my iPad or my computer, and then I just move my pictures in later.
So do you make sure that picture is the true color of it, or do you kind of remember the color of things?
If the color looks really weird, I'll take a different picture.
Yeah, see, that requires a lot of pictures for me.
Yeah.
I get... that doesn't really look like it. No, that's not true. So then I get stuck in that phase. My picture phase takes forever.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't see a lot of my stash. I do like
I don't
this,
take any
though.
pictures of my stash.
All right, how about things we're working on? Looks like you started your second sock.
Yep, started my second sock with my flexi flips.
Oh, yeah. What do you think of those?
I don't mind them.
Okay.
They take a little bit getting used to. And they're more difficult to work with when you have only just a little bit.
That's your second pair of socks on, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you did a pair when you were in Seattle.
Yes.
And it was your first pair on those things.
Yes.
And you passed it around so we could kind of get a feel for it.
I did.
At the time I asked, is this going to be a go-to needle
I
option?
haven't decided yet.
But this happened to be the closest thing to you when you cast this
Yeah,
one.
it doesn't bother me to use them. And
so you didn't avoid it.
No.
But it wouldn't be your first choice.
No.
That's what.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
You were always really fast at double points.
yeah,
So
I
wonder
like
if
double
that's-
points because I'm quick with them, and I don't have to slide to do the magic loop. And I think that's it. And I typically do magic loop when I do socks. Now, I don't really use double points anymore.
So you started on double points, have morphed to magic loop.
Yes.
And then this is your second sock on.
Yeah,
Flexi
so I
flips.
guess it's kind of the best of both worlds
Yeah.
for me, but it
Because you
is
kind
awkward.
of
Like
hold it the same as a magic loop. Because I tuck my fingers in when I'm doing magic loop.
You have to kind of tuck and because as you're going around, you have to kind of tuck and pull this one in, and it helps. Like I found that it helps if you have because the little cable bit's in the middle. So if you have the sock over the cable where it can bend the most, it's a lot easier to hold
the back
it.
needle.
And then the back needle holding the yarn. If it's just holding over that cable, it's a lot easier. And then you can scoot this around and get it
And then
all
you can
bent
really
around.
get in
You're
there.
pretty quick with them, though. I think that to me, like, is more for you, like, a double point that you used to use, because you were fast at those.
Yes, but I didn't like getting poked in the hands.
Right.
Because I don't like really long needles.
Yeah.
Because then they
I
get
always
stuck
use
over
short
here.
ones, too.
And then I would use the shorties, those little
4-inch
shorties.
You only get like 20 stitches at max on it.
Like,
be
count
careful.
carefully.
Yeah.
So by the time you're doing that heel gusset or whatever, you're like,
Yes.
woohoo, stay on.
That's all I need on
Like,
there.
oh Lord,
Don't breathe.
just be careful. scoot careful.
And don't stop in the middle of it.
Yeah,
You'll
yes.
lose them. Yeah.
Yeah.
These
You gotta get through your gusset in one sitting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
These you can stop wherever you want. Just shove the other one in a little bit further. It stays really well. I like them. I like that I don't have to scoot like with Magic
I
Loop.
need to try those.
And I think that's the only hang up I have with Magic Loop is I feel like it slows
You
me down
spend a
little
lot
bit.
of time fiddling with the needle.
Yeah.
They had some at one of the booths
I
at
didn't have any.
Kentucky Sheep and Fiber.
But they had
You
the
would
weird
have gotten them. They had
sizes.
zeros.
No, I want to try them on ones.
Okay, that's what I
These
wanted.
are
They had no
1.5.
ones and they had no fours.
Like real ones, because I accidentally got Addy ones that are 1.5s.
No, you went 1.25.
And they were sloppy for socks.
You
But
went
I think-
1.25.
Oh. You,
Right.
Or
you
2
mean like
point-
size 1, so 2.25.
2.25.
These are
Yeah.
2.5s.
Okay.
I have 2.5s.
Oh, so they are 1.5s.
Yes.
I
Okay.
like.
These
I
are.
wanted 2.25.
Yeah, I want the
I
2.25.
think Kim has a spare. Has a one here. Does she have one?
I think so. I need to get them from her because she told me I could borrow
Because
one.
Kim doesn't like them.
She
Right.
did not like them.
Okay.
But she doesn't like socks.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
well
doesn't
then,
Typically.
yeah.
And I think I want to get a
I wouldn't
size.
really use a one
She
on a
usually
sweater
uses-
sleeve.
I don't know what size she has. But you could always just.
Right. I want to get a size
Different.
4 for sleeves.
I think they would work well on sleeves because you're not going to get. I mean, the yarn will be a little bit bigger, but I think it would work
Yeah,
well.
I think I'd like a size 4 for some
But
sleeves.
yeah, I like them better than Magic Loop for me. I think.
Yeah.
But if I had a long needle and I was like, I need to cast these socks on today, and it was sitting right here, I would just be like, okay,
Yeah, using that one.
and I would just move on. But they are kind of handy because you don't have that
Yeah.
the scoochiness.
Because it's always that screwing the last couple stitches onto the needle that slows me down.
And occasionally, depend on how tightly, because when you're
I
doing
do
the
turn
first,
pretty tight.
yeah, I do too. When the first couple rows, you're like, I think this is gonna ladder, but it hasn't. It's
Okay.
the same on both of them. It looks okay. It just they're a little awkward at the very beginning. Like the
Yeah.
first 3 or 4 rows.
I don't like the first 3 or 4 rows of anything.
right.
Yeah, me neither.
Because your hands.
So I
just
don't think that
have
could
anywhere
be
to
part of my
go.
judgment. Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel like my hands just don't. I have nothing to hold on to.
Yeah.
But like once you get to this,
And it's
little
not weighing
piece of
itself
it,
down
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, because then it just flips into the.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're nice.
Okay.
No,
No issues with twisting?
mm-mm.
Awesome.
I've not had a problem with that at all. They just kind of stick together, kind of like
Okay.
your other ones. But then you don't have the cable. Another bonus that I found is you don't have that cable to wrestle.
And sometimes you have to turn it
Yeah.
every time you start a row.
And I traveled with these to Seattle. This is what I used to knit with, and it was great for like on the plane and stuff. 'Cause then
Yeah.
you were done, you're just like, whoop,
Quick.
just shove it in there like.
You're not adjusting everything to keep them
No,
on the
you're
needle.
not scooching them.
Yeah.
Because they kind of just sit there in the middle, and you've got plenty of play. And then this one, you can go behind your ear. I stick it behind my ear usually.
Nice.
It just kind of hangs there funny.
Yeah.
I stuck it in my shawl the other day. I had a shawl, and I was
Pretty
like,
shopping.
I need to go do something.
Let's do.
You know, how about you working on a sock?
I do have a sock started. Let's see.
What is
I'm
that
doing a Rose City roller
I'm doing a Rose City roller.
No way.
Yeah.
I've
on
done one
from a
before.
sock blank.
I'm doing it from a sock blank. Who's your buy? Zany Crafts. I'm doing it from Zany Crafts too. So we won these sock blanks
You
by
won
doing
them,
a knit
yeah.
along together. It was a friendship one.
Yeah, the friendship.
And it
shawl.
was from this shawl actually that
yes.
Lindsay's wearing. So we knit along the same pattern, not the same yarn, and we entered it in, and my name got drawn, and since you were my partner, you got the second one.
Yep.
And I was thinking, I've never done a Rose City roller, have you?
No. So we're doing it. They are the exact same colors. Mine is crayon. and-
Crayon rainbow or
Yeah, and yours is the melted.
something? Mine's
crayon.
melted crayon.
Cool.
So it has a little bit
Yeah.
more. It's a little bit of brown or something in yours. Or
Yeah,
where the
there was
colors
some
have
smear.
melded together.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when crayons melt.
Yeah. So mine is
It's
very like a gradient.
Yeah, yours is doing real nice.
That's really pretty.
I like it.
And mine's treating more like a variegated. So
it's
it,
almost like micro
it's
stripe.
striped at the top, kind of. And it's kind of swirling. So you got the orange and yellow on that side, and then you got the blue and pink on this side.
Oh, that is cool.
And that's a magenta color. I don't mind that pink.
No, I don't either.
I never say that out loud.
It's not a
It's really not that obnoxious.
We heard that.
It's not baby pink.
No,
No.
Pepto pink.
Pepto, that's a good one. Yeah, it's not that either.
it's kind of it started in a purple pink.
Yeah, I really like though how the orange and the
That
pink
fade
are
is
faded
beautiful.
together. That is really pretty. So the next color is the yellow. And I should have this sock finished in the yellow.
I think so too.
So then my second sock will be the yellow, the green, and part of the blue.
So I was thinking we'll only use half a skein.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're gonna split. We're gonna trade our
Probably
remnants
at ZK.
at ZK.
Yeah, well,
yeah. Because this is gonna count for ZK because she's one of the vendors this year.
Cool.
I like her yarn. What do you think of it?
I do.
Nice.
It doesn't split, which I have knit from sock blanks before.
Mm-hmm.
Some were okay and some weren't. But it's not as kinky as some of them that I have knit with. Some of them have been like really wound tight.
Yeah.
This is pretty loose.
It is really loose.
And it's not splitty. It's really soft.
No, it is causing a few blips.
Yeah, I think
In the
but once you
knitting.
wash it, they're gonna go
I
away.
think it's gonna relax.
That will completely go away.
Yeah.
Because every now and then I look at it, I'm like, oh, did I skip a
You can
stitch?
see it real well on a net.
On a
Yeah,
net,
mine
you
you
can
see the
for
little
sure.
I
blips
think because it's so
everywhere.
solid.
Yeah.
Take it up there. Yeah. You have great gauge, and I think it's going to show that once it's washed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be beautiful.
But if you're
So-
someone who needs to see a perfect knitting while you're knitting,
It's not.
you might
your thing.
want to
wind it and
soak
wash it.
it
Yeah, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
dry it and knit from a
Yeah.
ball.
And it has been years since I have done a heel flap.
Yeah. So the Rose City Roller is a
heel.
top down.
Yep.
I was starting to judge this, but I couldn't tell what I was judging, right? Was I judging yarn that I haven't used before? Am I judging the sock blank because it was kinky? Or am I judging the pattern? So we had too many variables that were new with this.
It's
I didn't like
it's not
going
exciting.
straight for stockinette.
Right.
I wanted ribbing, and I hate doing ribbing.
right.
So this is another shocker for me that I would say I miss the ribbing.
Yeah, now you
at
know
the
my
top.
dad likes ankle socks.
Yep.
So when I knit his, I do 1 inch of ribbing and start
Oh.
the heel
Okay.
for him, and they are. That's what he wants. It's very
Okay.
perfect for him. He wants a really loose, and a lot of times I go up to the 1.5 for the ribbing, and then the one the rest
Yeah.
of his foot because he's got a very narrow foot, but he just wants it looser around the ankles.
Maybe that'll work for me because I have a hard time getting over my heel, and that would be the only part that.
Right, would bother you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was kind of fun to do a heel flap. It's been years since I've done a heel flap.
Yeah, and I liked how soon it happened.
Yes.
I put my normal. So I knit on zeros, and you're knitting on ones.
Yes.
Right. True
Mhm.
ones.
True ones.
And I usually do 18 rows of ribbing. So I just did 18 rows of stockinette.
Oh, I don't
And
know.
that
I
was
think
good
I did that
enough.
many. I think I did 12.
Yeah, I would do 12 if I was on true ones.
Yeah.
I bet we have the same height.
We could, yeah.
Yeah. And then heel flap and gusset. I didn't use the one from the pattern, did you?
I did
Okay.
because
Did you
it's
like
been
it?
so long since I've done it. Yeah, I did.
Was it easy short rows to
Yeah.
turn your
Oh,
heel?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was really easy.
Okay. So
Um,
yeah, I'm liking the pattern so far because it's quick.
Yeah, it would, I think
But
I
it's
would
boring.
have a little bit more texture or interest on the foot
Mhm.
because now I'm like, la, la, la.
But wasn't the point to have a boring sock so you could knit on it this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah, that
so
was
just
true.
in case you had too
Yeah,
much
Which
bourbon
is so funny.
slush.
Okay, so this is
Oh, and I did.
no,
Did
you
you?
had too many mojitos last
I
night.
was
had
gonna
too
say,
many mojitos. I didn't
remember
knit at all
having
last
too
night.
many
It was
bourbon
the
slushes.
mojitos last night. that
They were
good.
so good. Your husband, your cabana boy, did a great number
They
on
were
them.
good. They were good.
I was like, oh, he made that. That was his first ones he
Yep.
made for us last night.
Spilled
was like-
seltzer water all over the kitchen.
Yeah. We were outside, so we didn't see it. We didn't judge.
He was a little aggravated.
Oh,
He's like, I didn't
Oh, yeah.
shake it, and it exploded.
You know how you open that 2-liter? You know, he opened it and he just said it just went everywhere. So
Sometimes you gotta do a little bit
I
at a
said,
time.
just get it off the floors and
Yeah.
I'll worry about everything else tomorrow. That's what I told him. But he cleaned it all up. I actually looked in the kitchen window and yeah, I saw him on his hands and knees cleaning up the floor. So
So I was afraid to ask for a second one.
you got
So
it.
Annette asked for a second one for me. It was so
And you
good.
finished off my first one.
I did.
Well,
Rum is my thing.
It's not mine. So about 3/4 of the way through that glass was like, I've had enough rum.
She had bad memories from a past experience.
Yeah, that was the big college.
How about you?
we all have those moments.
Yeah. Was it rum?
Nope, rum and I are fine.
Yeah, rum and I.
What's
were
yours?
great.
Vodka. We had a bad experience in college. But now we're fine.
Yeah,
Ish.
we're
I
friends.
love me
As
some
long as
vodka.
I don't drink too much.
Yes, And I think that's what you were afraid of. Is like, where's
Yeah,
my
I was
limit
afraid if
on
I
my
would.
rum?
I was gonna hit that limit pretty quickly.
I hit the limit with vodka a lot faster. Where I'm like, I just don't want any more.
Yeah, I need a mojito with bourbon. Well, which mint julep.
I was gonna say
It's
Oh,
a mint
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like mint juleps at all.
Oh, love me some bourbon.
I'll be fine with the bourbon part. Take all the rest of the stuff
Mint
out.
juleps.
They're not tasty.
The only difference is the bourbon versus the rum.
Yeah, but
that's a huge
that's
difference.
like oaky and
Mhm.
dark versus like
and rum is sweet.
That that's
Sugar
based.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, so boring sock, but I have an idea in my head to make a pattern. And I think just seeing you crocheting through my pattern, I thought, oh, I didn't write a bad one. Maybe
No,
I
it
could try
was
and
easy.
learn
It was a
from
really
it.
easy pattern to
Yeah.
follow. For someone who did not understand crochet,
Yeah.
all of a sudden it was just the rows were zipping through.
Yeah.
So I did it in an evening. What
Yeah.
night? Friday
Yeah.
night. I think
Yeah.
Friday night I knit the entire crocheted the entire head.
And I started one with you. I didn't bring it in here. And I might finish it, but I think it'll be too small for your baby hat.
I did too. She's got
Your,
a big
your
head.
baby's got a big head.
She does. My granddaughter.
She might have the same size head as me. So I guess
she
you can.
could.
Yeah,
4 months old.
she's gonna be smart.
Oh, sure it is.
She's gonna be outsmarting you guys.
I have
in
no.
no
I
time.
have no shame. She's
Yeah.
smart. She's pretty. She's funny.
She is funny.
So we have a goal of finishing this by ZK.
Oh, and it'll be done.
Yeah.
But I'm
Oh,
not on
yeah.
the first one, but it'll be done.
You guys.
Because right now my current obsession is this and my sweater. That's what I have to work
Okay.
on.
Let me show another progress on sock, and we can talk about your sweater. So if you need to get to the end of a row, are you in the
No,
round?
I'm in the round.
Okay.
No problem.
You're always at the end of the row.
That's my favorite.
I just did finish. That's my markers for my end. So.
Isn't great?
Oh,
I
that
love this
purple is
purple.
perfect. It's the perfect purple.
And the brown with that. It's really pretty.
So this is called High Tea, and it's from Penguin Soup Yarn. Ginny, I want you to come back.
Please start dying
Please
again.
come back to
I'm
us.
about out of penguin soup.
Perfect purple.
Beautiful purple. This is my purple. Or darker. You get
Either
more
way,
blue
doesn't
in that. Oh, I'd be so into it. Yeah, this is a good purple. I think I have 3 self-striping from her that have purple in it, and they have different purples in it. I'm so excited. I did jellyfish on this one. I don't know if you can see that. Do we have something we can put it on?
A sock walker
Maybe.
in that closet, Lindsay. Can you? Because you're closer. I'm gonna have to like walk across everything.
My hips locked in with both of them.
Hang on.
There's a sock blocker right inside that closet on the door. Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be your daughter's for her birthday.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. All right. These are sock blockers from Annetta. Annetta, where did you get these from?
Hornshaw Woodworks. I was at the Knitting in the Mitten retreat one year, and they
Knitting in the
Were
Mitten,
there?
is that Michigan?
yes yes Coggy TM is her rivalry name. It's in November every year. I think. Like trademark.
Okay. Look at that tree. That is really lovely. And now, can you pick which carving you get in it?
She has different carvings. Yeah.
So it doesn't go all the way through like you have seen in other ones. It's just carved right in. So I did that so you could see the jellyfish that I've started. So Annetta's making these too, and she's started hers with jellyfish in them too.
I have jellyfish and turtles.
Okay,
that
you're
I'm
alternating
them. Yeah.
So I'm
And they're not in here because they're not on my fast rotation right this minute.
yeah, you didn't work on them
At
recently.
all.
So I've turned the heel, and I'm in the gusset. I wanted to be through the gusset by now. If I was at home with no friends, I would have had them done. I'm enjoying my friends more than this sock.
Chatting takes time.
Yeah. So
Maybe
I've
they'll
done
be there
my
for you.
exactly. I've done my usual heel flap and gusset. Dude, I need a sock blocker.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And mine are kind of tall, so I did about 7 inches before I did my heel.
And see, mine only
usually
stop
what I do.
here. I'm way down here.
So you can get the ones that have more art on them.
Oh yeah, I could. 'Cause, yeah. Oh, that's. Oh, you almost had it.
More
Right
like
at that.
yours.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
This is really precious. Is this a size medium?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I know I want a size medium
Dun, dun.
from wherever I'm gonna get them.
I think they have a website or Etsy store.
Yeah. And can you get like different types of wood?
I believe so because they also did. It was the girl who was there was her husband did it all, and they did swifts, beautiful swifts that are the tabletop kind, and then they come apart.
You can
and
adjust
go right
it.
in a bag,
Yeah.
and they adjust in size.
I use that at home.
I think he did. I know he did. I have for my spinning the thing where you wrap and you count how many reps you have. That little tool.
With reps per inch.
Reps per, yes, thank you. Reps per inch tool.
Okay, I was thinking knitting.
Yeah.
So I'm making Wallaby Way. And that's by Sarah Losey. And she's in our group. And she gave you yours.
Yes, it's a great
Yeah.
pattern. It's
I really
really,
love
I
it.
love the charts. The
Yeah.
the
I like the
cable charts
choose your
are
own
easy.
adventure.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I like that there's quite a bit of stockinette and then some fun.
Just that window, you need to pay
I love
attention.
the panel ones where it's
Yeah.
just like one small section where you can put a marker on either side, so when
Yeah.
you get to it, you know you gotta think for a second.
Exactly.
And then the rest of the time you just roll on.
The jellyfish are cute though.
I really like.
I
I
like
think
the jellyfish.
I didn't. When I looked at the pattern, I think these are the ones that won me over. I didn't realize there was 3 different motifs. I think I just zeroed in on this one and said, "Ooh." So I'm really enjoying the jellyfish. So this is going to be all jellyfish with 1 fish, and the other one was all turtles with 1 fish.
And mine
So
are
it's gonna be
alternating.
fun. Yeah. Do you prefer one over the other? The jellyfish are super fun.
The jellyfish are really fun. I think the turtle, you see it happening quicker, you know,
Yes.
so it's a little bit. I haven't done a fish.
Okay. They're
So-
super simple. I'd say that was the easiest motif. Thank you so much, Sarah.
And I did
really
mine
enjoyed it.
toe up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She has her pattern set up so you can do toe up or cuff down.
Yes.
The charts are different for each. It's been really fun.
Yeah, very easy
It's
to
choose your own
follow.
adventure. It has an afterthought heel. I'm doing a heel flap and gusset. Are you doing an afterthought heel?
No, I did a fish lips kiss heel.
Ooh, for the ZK knit along.
It's probably my preferred heel. It fits
Yeah?
me the
I've been
best.
doing those.
Yeah, it
lately,
fits me the
and I like
best.
them.
The
Do
only
you put any extra rows anywhere?
No, it does fit me a lot better. But the
Gusset.
Rose City roller, because it's so short,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of worried about where
Not
everything
gonna-
was going to fall
Yeah.
because I was doing it top down. So
Yeah.
and toe up is normally my preferred
Okay.
pattern anyway.
Yeah. How about you?
Top down.
Top down? I'm top down too. I don't change for anything.
My toe, whenever I do toe up, by the time I put the heel in, inevitably the sock is too long. Even if I measure it out just
Yeah.
right, I'm like, somebody got themselves a new pair of socks.
And
Not
that's
me.
why I
You
like
and me or your
going-
mom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you and my mom.
So you prefer her doing toe
Well, yeah,
up?
and she always gets my short ones. If I get really
Yeah.
tired and I put my heel in too fast or something, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
that's a pair of socks for Lindsay.
How long have you guys been friends?
10 years. How long have you been married? 10 years. Right before you got married.
And you watch her little.
I do it in the
Yes.
summer,
Mhm.
holidays. Watched her since she was 3 months old.
She's a firecracker. I'm guessing it's from you. You
No,
two
so many
are
things come out of her
sassy.
mouth. I know exactly who it comes from. It's from her mother.
And she's got your mannerisms too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She is definitely her mother.
Yeah.
Firecracker.
The
And she's sarcastic for a 5-year-old.
how she's grown up around adults a lot, so
I know you use sarcasm. You definitely
We all
use
do.
sarcasm.
She does. Yeah.
So I've had to be very careful what I say about her because she's gonna get what I say. When usually it goes right over kids' heads, right?
But she said she was at a teacher's conference and they said they really didn't have anything bad to say about Eliza, but they said, oh, but she really does get really good. She gets sarcastic.
yeah, she does. She said a lot of kids don't in her class. She said, but we've noticed that she gets it. And I was like, yeah, she does.
So you do have
Don't
to
try
kind of
to
watch what
insult
she
her
says.
because she'll know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be sarcastic because she'll probably have a quick.
And she's excited because she's learned to knit.
She has.
She's so cute. She'll miss a stitch and just like pull it really hard and it'll fall all the way down. And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah,
But she got rid of it.
Where?
It's gone.
It's
She
gone.
got rid of it. You don't have to worry about it.
It doesn't
anymore.
exist.
It's like, so how
Outside
many,
out of mine.
how many stitches did you start with? I don't know. I'm not gonna count it. Like, okay, there's only 15 stitches on her stick, but she won't count it. Mm-mm.
No.
Well, yes. It's either so she's okay. It's like me.
Yeah.
You're either gonna be super worried about it and tear everything out, or you're just gonna have to be like, roll on. So I'm glad that
She
she's
likes
chosen
drop
the-
stitches.
Yeah,
It's a good
yeah.
look.
Roll on.
It's and the nice thing is she's not stressed about it.
Oh, Lord, no.
So it's easier for her to want to sit down and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I
She'll
think if
sit
she
down for,
got
like-
really stressed, she would not.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She'll knit with you. She'll be like, "Can I knit with you?" Yeah, grab your stuff. So she'll pop up on the couch. She'll be like, "Blah blah 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 blah." She talks your ear off. So then she'll start knitting. 5 minutes later, she's like, "I gotta go."
I'm done.
And you're like,
That was nice.
"Are you done?" She's like, "Yeah, I dropped something." I'm like, "What'd you drop?" And you look at it, all the stitches are over.
I guess we're starting over.
I'm like, "Well, do you need some help?" Actually, that'd be great.
Just get me started.
Was it she bound off and made a scarf for her alpaca she bought
Yes.
at, so, you know, it was like 4 rows maybe, but that was all she wanted.
Yeah.
And then the
I
other
suggest-
day,
and all.
Yeah, I suggested that she could make a blanket from her 15 stitches that she had for her alpaca, because her alpaca stands this high, right?
Right.
Just drape it over its back. No, I'm not gonna do that.
No.
Next thing I know, she's making it a scarf. I was like, okay, you're
She's
done.
like, "No, I'm
Yeah.
done."
the other day she goes, I need to, she had some blue yarn here at my
Mhm.
house, you know, and some needles, and she goes, I think I'm done with this. I don't want to knit this anymore. And I said, okay, well, we can bind it off.
Mhm.
And so she starts to just pull the needles out. I'm like, no, let me show you how to bind
That's
it off.
not how we do.
So I bound it off, and she goes, I think it's about the right size for a bracelet. So we wrapped it
She's
around her.
designing her own things.
You know, I think I put a button on it, and we wrapped it around her wrist and made
It's
a
cute.
loop, so she has a bracelet, and she's
That she made.
totally content because she made something.
She's wearing her knitting.
Yes.
It's better than I did. A lot of the things I knit, I don't wear. How
You
about
don't-
you?
I wear everything that I've knit now.
Now, recently.
Like,
did you go through a phase where
I've
you're just
got
like,
rid of some stuff.
oh,
I know.
why? I
just got
enjoy
rid of
knitting it. It's not my style.
I have 2 sweaters that my mother got,
Mm-hmm.
and a sweater, and I think a shawl my sister got that was just totally the wrong color for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's always somebody in my family who can wear it.
Yeah.
If it's not me, so
Mhm.
it's good. But yeah, I have 3 or 4 sweaters and 3 or 4 cardigans. And
You found your style. How about you?
Well, she has a sweater that she's pulling out for me that I knit. I don't really know what happened, but it didn't work.
Isn't you're just frogging it?
She's pulling it out.
yeah, but it's all cables, so it's like
No,
really
it's like
hard.
a lace.
Oh, that
sort of
lace pattern, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've like got maybe 3/4 of it pulled out. And
So you're not putting it on a ball winder?
no, because
No,
it's
it
pretty
doesn't do
tight.
that.
What was it called?
Pomme de pin.
Yeah, the pomme de
yes,
pin.
I've seen that one.
And what happened was everything worked really good except one sleeve did not fit in the sleeve hole, and she was done.
I was like, "Nope, I'm done."
Yeah.
She was gonna throw it away, and I
I
said,
was just
how
gonna
it
chuck
was.
the yarn,
Yep.
but she's like, "No, I'll rip it out." I'm like, "Okay."
so I pull it out every now and then and rip out a little bit
Okay.
and just wind it all in a ball, and then I need to like once it's all done, I'll skein it back up and soak it for her, and then she'll have more sport white
I
yarn.
love purple yarn.
Ooh.
It's
Do you
pretty
have
purple, too.
ideas
It's a
for
dusty purple.
what you might do with it when it comes
No.
back?
I kind of forgot about it for a long time.
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
it'll be
So
new
you're not
yarn.
stressed.
No, and it'll be new yarn
No.
for her when she gets it back.
I
You-
knit and I
You can
knit
put
and
it
I
in
knit.
there and be like, go shop my stash.
Oh,
And she'll be
okay.
like, ooh, I love this.
Hey,
of course
Bunny
you do.
Purple
It's yours.
Wait.
There's a bunch of scans of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I don't really knit a lot of garments because
Was that your first one?
no, I
Okay.
knit like
We knit that one sweater together. Everybody knit that one with the cable down one side.
the Metro.
The Metro cardigan.
I
That's
knit
what
that for
my
my
mom
mom.
ended up got that for me.
I knit that specifically for my mom. She liked it. It turned out fine.
My mom loves it.
Yeah, it just fits everybody pretty
Mm-hmm.
well. But yeah.
But your latest fits you perfectly.
Oh my
yes.
pavement! Oh my god, love it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
And you tell people you should knit it.
You should totally knit it.
Mhm.
I don't like if it's not top down and seamless. I'm not even gonna bother.
I'm not
looking at it.
interested.
I'm sorry if you've designed a wonderful sweater that is. I'm sure I drool over it, but I look at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
it causes me too much anxiety over my gauge and what it is to put all those pieces
Or the
together.
sewing.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
I
god.
don't mind sewing. I don't want to have to knit
I
back
would-
and forth.
My
I like
luck,
all that.
I would
Oh.
get all done, and then my sewing would look like poop.
Mm-hmm.
So then the sweater would look like poop. And I was like, it's a.
And the knitting was perfect before
Right.
you tried to seam it.
Before
It's
I
a
tried to
gorgeous
go-
sweater because I knit her flare.
Right.
And I love it, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to knit the pavement. There's
Right.
something about a pullover
I love pullovers.
that is just genius, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
it just fits right.
And I had a lot of questions about the sizing because I don't knit a lot of sweaters for myself. If I do, it's for like Eliza because she's little.
Mhm.
Not much time. So it's been a while since.
She'll grow out of it before we notice it
Right.
didn't fit, right?
Exactly. So I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna finally knit myself a sweater. So I bought myself some Madtage.
Mhm.
and
The special yarn
well,
to keep you interested.
they were all onesies,
Yeah.
so I had to switch
Oh.
yarns.
You would have had
every
to
couple-
anyway if it wasn't a onesie.
Yeah, but they were definitely onesies.
Yeah.
Not a one of them matched. It was kind of crazy. They're gorgeous, but I was worried about the sizing because the way to like the suggested ease, I was like,
Is it built into the pattern? Do I have to add
right.
it?
So I talked to Annette about it. I'm like, okay, this is my bust size.
What would you do?
But I'm afraid that if I go, it was like 3 to 5, I think, positive ease. I don't have a pattern in front of me. 3 to 5 positive ease. If I went 1, it was 3, and then the other one would have been like 7, the next size up. So I was like, I think 7 would be too much. Like, I think that would just be too baggy. And she's like, nope, just do the 3 inches. And it fits really nice. It's not as baggy as, like, the pattern photo show or anything. But I don't mind it.
I would prefer that.
The length is really good. It's not as, like, again, as long as, like, the pattern shows.
Yeah, my flare was that way too.
But
a little bit shorter.
It's
a
a
little bit
nice
less
length. It's not so long that I'm like, oh, I could wear this with leggings. It looks good with jeans, and just put a tank top under it because it is knit at a loose gauge. I knit it on 8s with fingering, and that was just 1 needle size up from the suggested needle
And from
size.
the pictures, it didn't look like it was transparent.
No, well, I wore it in Seattle.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
It's
it's
nice.
beautiful.
Huh.
And
I like that idea.
her
of
patterns
fingering on 8s.
are so easy to
It went
follow.
so fast.
It's very
Is it
raglan?
raglan?
Yeah, raglan.
Yeah.
Top down, you do like a little neck,
Yeah.
like a little collar piece, and then you go in the round, and
Nice.
it's
Yeah.
nice. It
I
was
highly
really nice.
recommend her
The
patterns.
color is amazing. I love it.
It's a dark green moorland. If you were ever on, I got it from Jimmy Bean's.
Okay, Jimmy Wolf.
So they have a moorland colorway. That's what it is. It's green.
pretty.
Like it goes from like almost a black green to a bright green, really, in different spots. So I striped it. Almost looks like camouflage stripes. That might just be me thinking that.
Yeah, I think that's more you thinking that
I
because
was like, it looks a little like a camo sweater. My husband's like, I don't
I'd go
think so.
hunting.
He's also colorblind.
Yeah, he's colorblind.
So yeah, he's not a good person to ask.
He was like, I thought it was just one color. I didn't even see the stripes.
I'm gonna ask somebody else.
That's like when he was
Well,
trying to
I think
play
it is.
trivia the other night and couldn't find the great card he needed.
Yeah.
And Liz looks at me and she goes, he's colorblind.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
Is it this one?
This one? That's why he always tries to pick the bright, like one of the most obvious colors whenever he plays games. So he can make sure he can see it.
So do you knit for him?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
He does.
Does he prefer certain colors? I know he's colorblind, but
His favorite
does
color is
he
blue.
pick it? Like, does he pick the color that you work with?
Usually I'm just like, hey, I knit this for
Okay.
you. I knit a Dolly cat. It's a colorwork cat, and I knit it in like tan and white. And that's the one he wears in the winter. I knit one of the Olympic hats this year. There were 2 different patterns out, and I knit both of them.
The
but
colorwork ones?
yes,
Ooh.
I knit the navy blue one,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really excited. And I followed the pattern directions that said to go up, and I used the suggested needle size and everything, and it said go up a needle size for the color work.
Yeah.
As I was knitting it, I'm like, your color work is really not that loose. You don't really have a problem with it being too tight. It's just about right. You should probably just stick with it. But I was like, no, I'm gonna follow the directions. And I'm knitting this hat, and I'm getting up to the top, and I'm like, this hat is huge.
How did this grow so big?
And I'm like, oh, son of a. And I put it on, and it was just way too big for me. And I was like, hey, Jay, after I finished it all, I was like, hey, can you try that on? And it fit him okay.
So I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, poop. But it fits him, and he was like, I'll wear it. He hasn't worn it yet. But he said he will.
But that was also later
Just
in
give
the
it
winter.
time.
Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
February, so
So
by that time
maybe
we're
come
kind of...
November he'll wear it. He'll have
Yeah.
fun and wear it.
Otherwise, I'll wear it if he doesn't. It'll just fall over her face. Every hat I finish, is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's for me, right?
Sure is.
Any purple hat I finish is automatically hers.
Oh,
Whether it fits or
that's
not.
hard because you love purple.
I do, but...
It's gonna come back to
You
you.
know what she
It'll-
says?
it'll
I'll find
cycle.
it.
You can borrow it, Mom.
Yeah, that's what she tells me. You can
Yeah.
borrow it.
Now that you don't know all the work.
I'm
you
like,
gave it to
oh,
me.
thanks. Well, I made it, so thanks.
I appreciate the
Yeah,
offer.
you can borrow it, Mom.
Yeah, that's what she says. I knit the other hat, the other Olympic hat, the one with like a white background.
Yeah.
And that one fit me.
Is it by the same person?
No, I cannot remember
That's okay.
It is on my Ravelry page though.
I'll look it up whenever
Really?
I put it up there.
I know.
Wow.
So I finished that hat, and she puts it on. She's like, "Oh, thanks for a new hat, Mom. This is really cool." I was like, "It's mine." She goes, "But it has a pom pom, so it's mine." I was like, "No.
That's not a
how that
rule,
works.
actually.
Right?" She did that. Anything that has a pom pom on it, she thinks is hers.
Mhm.
But I knit a
Pom poms are only for kids.
no,
Clearly.
no.
I don't know what you're thinking.
Apparently, I'm incorrect. Whatever. But I knit one of those CC copycat hats.
Yeah.
I knit it in like a navy blue. I just wanted to knit it. I saw it on everybody, including all the newscasters on our local TV. And I was like, that's kind of a cute hat. And I saw how much it was, and I had a skein of navy blue. Actually, it was like the leftovers of a skein.
Mm-hmm.
I knit that hat up, and I was like, well, that took me like 8 hours of sitting at the desk.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had like a bright white pom-pom that I'd gotten through Manetta's suggestion. Went to Michael's, got
Like
one of the
those
keychains, pulled the keychain off,
Oh.
cut it, and tied it on. So it's a really...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
And-
put on all of Ellie's.
And I put it on. I was like, oh, it's my new hat. And I was like, no, that's not your hat. I liked it. I'm going to keep it. She's like,
mine.
oh, no, but it's mine. Oh, my sister-in-law ended up with it, so I still don't have that hat. She knows, like, oh,
That's
I
why
really
you make
like
so
this
many
hat.
hats, is because they never come to you.
That's okay.
I
One of these
rarely see
days-
Lindsay in a hat because of this.
Well, I kept the Rika hat
Yes.
that I wore in Seattle because
Yes.
I knit it out of yarn that was my birthday yarn from Manetta, and it was gorgeous. And I wore that in Seattle, and it was fabulous.
And that was
One
One Twisted
Twisted
Tree in the Mrs.
Yes.
Fisher's
Pearl-handled pistol.
I
colorway.
loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figure I'll knit for people as long as they'll wear it. So I'm not going to be like, I'm sorry you can't have this hat. Because we can just knit another one, quite frankly. And I had it, like, I wore it to the house that day because it was
Hats
cold.
bug me.
And she
I don't
was
like
like,
knitting
oh, I really
hats.
like this hat. And I was like, do you want it? Because I'll
Mhm.
just knit another one. And she was like, I can have it.
See,
and I was like,
I don't
yeah.
I don't repeat patterns, so if I like the pattern of the hat that I finished, I can't give it away. Because I'm not going to knit it again.
I repeat
could.
I'll repeat
hat
hats.
patterns because
I don't normally repeat shawls, but I am going to knit another gleam, I think, because
Yeah.
I love it.
It was super fun.
And I think I want to just do it in fingering weight, so it's more sweater
So-
or more shawl or scarf-like.
So
Yeah.
would you stay on the same size needle? Which was an 8.
I used a 9 because
Okay.
of the yarn I used. I would probably do a 7 and do fingering weight. Yeah, but I think that'll be a good, like...
You could almost get that in one skein. 463. Because I used
yeah,
455.
pretty close, yeah. I might, I used 498. I had 2 yards left of my 500.
Oh, that was the text message.
It called
Yes.
for 500, and you had 2 yards left.
Yes.
You had 500 in your skein.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I think I might do 2 color because I could end up with 2 of them alternating their
That would be
placement,
cool.
you know, or knit socks with what's left over.
You have a goal for this year
Oh, yeah.
that I was very intrigued by when you mentioned it yesterday, and it kind of threw me for a loop because it sounds like a lot of knitting.
It hasn't been so bad except for this month, quite
Okay.
frankly. For some random reason, I don't actually know why I decided. Maybe because I have been able to knit so much more since retiring from Derby. I was like lost in Derby world. I knitted like just at Christmas, and that was it. And on Sundays,
She would come to Sunday knitting once a month and maybe knit like that much.
yeah,
And
I
that was
did.
all of it.
until the following month.
Yeah.
Right, because that's
Yeah.
all the time I had. And now I have all the time in the world to knit and do everything that I want. And so I was like, oh, you know what would be really cool? Everyone does like, I'm going to knit 12 pairs of socks this year.
Right.
I was like, okay, cool. So I get through January. I didn't figure this out until like midway through January. I was like, oh, I can totally do this. So I'm trying to knit a pair of socks a month,
Okay.
a shawl a month, which I am one shawl ahead currently.
Whew.
And
Did you get that, guys? And
well, this one's not so bad because it's a hat.
Okay.
The Wool Needles Hands podcast has a hat.
And you're doing
You're
it
the
too.
Yes.
hat knit along.
Your
So each month there's a different hat prompt to knit. So like
Like a theme or
right,
yeah.
this month was a skill building hat. So I
hence
worked
the
on
crochet
cables,
hat
which is what she knit
In a
for.
day.
In a
in a
day.
couple hours.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then like we did baby hats, we've done lacy hats, we've done pom pom hats, and I think is next month design
Next
a hat.
month is design a hat.
Oh, this could take a hot minute.
I'm gonna have to think about that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start thinking about that.
It's gonna be color work. Mine is
Yeah,
gonna be
it
color
should
work.
be.
Absolutely.
You
color
love
work.
color
I
work.
was gonna do.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, it'll be color work. Yours can be color work.
I'll figure that out.
But
That's what I've been doing. And
So you've done 5 shawls,
yes,
6 shawls already. Because you said you want ahead.
I think I'm one
You've done
ahead.
7?
There was one month I did 2.
Wait, it's May right now,
It's
so that's
May.
5.
So she's got 6 done.
and then I've got one.
On the needles right now.
Lord, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I really, really wanted to get it done because I have another shawl that I ordered a kit for, the fuzzball bandolier shawl. It was a kit from Jimmy Bean's Wool. It was like a May the 4th be
The
with you.
Chewbacca.
Oh,
It's like
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca, and then it's got the bandolier like Chewbacca.
Oh,
It's got a little bit of
awesome.
fringe on it.
that sounds
like an-
cool.
It's really not my colors. Like, I don't ever really wear brown.
So are you gonna use
I
what
ordered-
came, or you
Heck
just?
yeah, I ordered the kit.
Yeah, it's her Comic-Con shawl.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it to Comic Con.
Yes.
I have a orangey brown dress. I think that would go perfect with it.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's pretty
It
awesome.
is adorable.
It's cute.
So you've gotten your hat done this month.
I got my hat done.
You're working on your
I'm
sock this
halfway
month,
done with the socks.
and you've already done a shawl.
Oh no, that shawl's in here.
You work. Oh, that's right. You're
That's
working
this
on
shawl.
it.
But she's already 1 month ahead, so even if it takes her a
Yeah.
little while, and if she
This could
started
count
her
for your next
bandolier
one.
and use this one as a catch-up later, you'd still be okay.
Exactly. I'm hoping
Yeah.
that I can still knock it out.
So
I
you're
would
really
like
just
have
trying
it
to
done.
get 12 shawls,
Yeah.
12 socks, 12 hats,
Yes.
and you've already done a sweater.
Oh yeah, I did sweater. So if I don't do
Just
another,
a
if I-
knitting bandit,
if I don't do another sweater, I'm perfectly fine with that for right now. And then I'll have a bunch of.
No wonder she had to shop your stash.
Well,
She's just knitting through
I haven't really yarn shopped in a while, so
Now, are you trying to do striped socks all year?
preferably because I like them.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to I don't know who I was talking to. Somebody was asking about the yarn and if I changed it, and I was like, Lord, no.
Oh, the lady at the
Oh,
restaurant.
lady at the restaurant,
Yeah.
yes. Who is also a
Oh.
knitter and a crocheter. which
How
is
are the
cool.
stripes happening?
Yes, how are the stripes
Yeah.
happening? And I was like, no, I don't change them. That's why I like to knit with self-striping, because if I'm knitting at work, I can keep knitting, and then it
You
changes.
blew her mind.
Yeah.
When you pulled that ball out and it was striped already for it, she's just like, what?
Yeah.
That's
Self-striping sock yarn is my
It
favorite.
is
thing.
pretty.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing.
It is
And
magic.
somebody said it doesn't count towards stash. Who said that?
Probably everybody.
Okay, good.
It's like vacation yarn. Self-striping yarn doesn't count in stash, and gift
Okay.
yarn doesn't count in your stash.
Oh,
Yes.
that's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I love me some self-striping sock yarn. I don't even care if it is. I'll knit it even if it's not a color that I would
even if
wear,
it's ugly.
or one that I'm like, oh, I don't think I'll ever wear those colors. They're not me.
I have one called Trolls, and it's got this bright, hideous pink in
Did
it.
you get it from
Is that
Desert Vista?
Desert Vista?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
It is-
love that one.
That is the ugliest.
This is the new one, the new Trolls.
with
No.
all the bright pink. It was
No,
last year's.
It's
right?
old school Trolls, like
Oh,
when we were
because
if it
growing
was the
up,
new
where
where their
Trolls,
little bodies were tan and
I
their
would
hair was
trade
crazy.
you yarn because
I've
Eliza
made
would
'em.
die.
I made them already, and I
Oh.
wear them, but there's pink in them.
Oh, just the
Pink,
socks.
red, turquoise. Like these are colors I would
I'd have
never
been like,
put
no.
together.
But if it has a nerdy name, like
Mhm.
has anything to do with any of the genres or
Yes.
shows that I like, I'm like, I'll buy that. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I'm like, oh yeah, Dr. Who.
Hence the Wonder Woman yarn the other day.
It's all red.
Yeah, which is not your color.
I don't really wear red a lot.
You know, those primary colors
cool.
are so ugly, but it expresses
It's
exactly
like
what it is.
Bold
Absolutely.
blue and
Yeah.
a red and a yellow, and in the blue there are little flecks
Yeah.
that look like stars in this yarn. I will have to take a picture of it.
Yeah,
Oh, my shawl. So this is vacation yarn or trip yarn from
Yes, it
Seattle. So it
was.
doesn't count, right?
all
Right.
of them, all three
All
colors.
3 of them. Bindu helped me pick them out. So
You must have cast that on immediately.
as soon as I finished my color affection,
Yeah.
which I finished the last day of the month. So
Okay.
April 30th.
Mm-hmm.
And,
This was on the needles.
and I totally forgot to weave in the ends, and I gave it to Kim for.
Oh no!
You didn't have the ends woven in when you
No,
did.
the ends were woven and I didn't block it. I didn't
You
block
didn't block
it.
it. That's
Okay.
right.
Because I
I
remember
remember
I
that.
I
forgot
was
to
like,
do
Kim will
something.
just do it.
I was like, I did not block this. It went up in my craft room, and I was like, you need to block that. And did I do it? No, I did not.
Thankfully,
But they were
Kim's a
totally
knitter and
Kim's
she's a
colors, yeah.
forgiver.
She had mentioned at a previous knitting that they were her colors. and I
Yes,
was
she did.
like-
While she was in Seattle,
Oh,
she
it was in
said
Seattle.
it.
And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? They are. And I had just knit a shawl, out of the purple and yellowy color together, like a different shawl, a different yarn, and I was like, oh, why am I doing this again? And then, but I was like, oh, I'm adding blue, it'll look totally different.
And then when she said, ooh, those are my colors, you're like, perfect.
I was like,
sweet, gone.
But this is the Goldfinch shawl by Andrea Mowry.
I really like her.
Me too. I want
So will
to
this count for the nipple?
How tall are we? Let's
There's
stretch
the
it up.
end.
Does it count for what knittle on?
Does our knittle on here?
No, shawls don't.
But it's a designer.
Oh, yeah. Sure does.
I was like, didn't the rules change?
Yes, the rules did change.
I was like, did I get that right?
So she's knitting this along with us here in the Loop It About podcast.
Yeah.
For our garment, or this year's Tops Cow. Because I just knit a sweater from Andrea Mowry.
Yes.
So now her shawl, who's by the same designer, counts.
This is Farmer's Daughter's yarn. And
Really
I think
There's
this is
a
called
speckle
Sis.
there.
Yes, the speckles are the gray. There's a gray speckle. There's like a
Like a
gold
green?
speckle.
And a teal, just
And
like
then
the
the
teal you
teal.
have.
And then this is White Wolf maybe or something wolf. I can't remember, but it is also Farmer's Daughter's.
And you got that at Toll's.
Yes, I got it at Toll's.
And Magpie's
Yes.
also carried
Our
at
Yes,
Toll's.
and that's a
Shop
mermaid
ever.
something. Mermaid treasure maybe.
And it's showing green.
It's
Yeah.
like
It's-
the most
it's-
pretty bluey,
it's
tealy
blue,
color.
teal.
Oh, I love it. And it is squishy and soft.
And they're all fingering.
They are all fingering.
Bindu's good at color
Yes.
selection.
Really
Bindu
is.
helps.
Which ones did you have picked? And Bindu helped with the last one.
I really I like gray and black a lot, and I had the gray picked up, and then this one, the weird pink with the
flex.
little flecks caught my eye just because it was like it had so many different colors of pink in it.
And also, you were just standing with that yarn,
Yeah, I was looking
person's
just
yarn
in
that
this
area.
bin that was this yarn from this company, and it was all gorgeous, and that one caught my eye, and I grabbed it. And then we found this one to go with that other little speckle.
Which
in
was
there.
a little across the shop from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we traveled.
Bindu is great with
She is
color.
good.
Because you were helping Annette pick a color.
Yeah.
And she's like, where's my bin? And Bindu was busy with you. And so
Yes.
Annette was like, no, we got this.
But Annette and I,
You have very
we
Very
like
similar
the same
tastes.
colors: the reds, the grays. You know, the deeper colors.
she
and
was
stuff.
going for gray.
She was
leaning
did.
hard to gray. And I was like, stop with the gray.
It was a blue, wasn't it? Did we
And she
end
ended up with a blue.
Which I ended up with a blue that day for me, which is
Mhm.
unusual.
Mhm.
But it's kind of a purpley blue. Yeah, we kind of bought out that store. Did we not?
Yeah, I think they
could.
could have closed for the rest of the week after we left.
we did some
Good.
damage.
I went with
That's
a
only
mission.
one shawl.
You accomplished your mission. You got 2 sweater quantities.
I bought
that day.
one skein of yarn that was not part of my mission for that
Yes.
week, that trip.
Mhm. Was it there?
No, it
Was
was
it a church mouse?
No, it was at the back at the Airbnb that night.
We had a little
Pop up shop.
pop-up shop at the...
Yes. I mean, I bought 2 sweater quantities at Tolt,
You got one for your husband, one for you.
which my husband has never asked for a sweater before, so
This is huge.
he got.
You're excited for this, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
You've been knitting for a good spell.
I've been knitting for 20 some odd years,
and he wants hats.
Yeah, that's it.
Always asks for hats.
I've been knitting for 30 some odd years. I
Wow.
had to think about how old my niece was.
Wow.
I got him. What did I get? I got me the Yoth, and I got him the
Goes across the store. Brooklyn tweed?
Brooklyn tweed. Yeah, shelter.
Was that a brown?
Brown with flecks of other colors. Yeah. And then, so that's what I got there. And at Church Mouse, I bought Mayak.
Because you had a hat in mind you wanted to make.
I am knitting him a hat. I was going to
for
knit it
him. Because
for
he
him,
always asks for
because
hats.
he says, "Well, I like cashmere. I bet I would like yak."
Hint. Enable.
So I was going to buy enough Mayak for me something pretty, and then he goes, "But I deserve the yak, right?" And he pouts.
The best person in your life.
Kind of pouts a little. So I was going to buy it all in the Mayak for the hat, but he has a really big head. So we were talking 3 skeins
Of really expensive yarn.
at like $30 to $40 a skein, and
50
it was
grams or
50
something.
gram balls. Yeah. So I ended up buying the one skein, because I'm gonna do the hat that it
It's
seems
like inside out, or
you have just the ear part is a double
Yeah.
layered.
Yeah.
So all the double layering will be the Mayak on the inside,
Oh.
and then I bought a Barocco alpaca
Ooh.
for the outside.
So that's still a nice yarn.
It'll be nice and warm, and it's a nice soft yarn. They have about the same consistency of feel, you know, because of the yak versus the alpaca, but it was a much less expensive skein of yarn to purchase. So that's why I did it.
Has he touched it?
Oh yeah,
So he was
Yeah.
considerably-
and and he has a
You're
list.
just need an earmuff.
I need, and because Lindsay spoiled him by knitting him a cashmere hat.
Oh, it's
It
your
wasn't really for
fault.
him. She did it for her dad.
So
And
I
it was too
did a
big.
hat, and it was. I don't know what. I probably just did not. I know I did not check my gauge.
Yeah.
I got done with it, and I was like, I think that's gonna be too big for my dad. I had Jason try it on. He's like, yeah, I think that'll be too big for your dad.
Was it too big for Jason too?
Yeah, it was a little loose,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, Miss Annetta, I think Mr. Dave can wear this
It
one.
is Dave's favorite hat.
Is it the texture, or is
No,
it because it's
it's-
from Lindsay?
It's the. I think it's
No, I think
so
it's just
warm.
it's soft
And it's real
warm.
soft, and it's like a dark gray cashmere on the inside with a lighter gray wool on the outside. So he wants a replacement for that because he's about worn it out. And then he
Worn
wants a replacement
Does it
for
felt?
his.
It might have already started, which is why it doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
yeah,
Just
might have.
over
Yeah.
years.
There's lots of
like that
use.
was probably one of the first couple hats that I
Yeah.
knit. So a couple years of that.
It's been a while. I mean,
like
and
10 years of
he
that.
pulls it out. He pulls two hats out in the winter. That one and a colorwork hat has skull and crossbones on it,
Oh.
and it has gotten a hole in it. And it also has that double flap underneath, right? So I have to replace the cashmere hat, and I have to replace the skull and crossbone hat. Literally, those
Are
are
you gonna do a 2-in-1 go, or you have to have two hats?
two hats.
You can't just put skull and crossbones on this Mayak one.
No.
No.
Because, there are two vehicles in our driveway, so every vehicle has to have a
it
hat.
has to have a hat.
So he always has it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, I need this hat, but can you do it in reverse color?
Ooh.
So now the color work was red
Black.
with black,
Okay.
and now it will be black with the red color work.
That'll be cool though.
Yeah. So anyway, I have the yarn for that too.
Totally net worthy.
So he gets two hats and a sweater coming up by this time next year.
What a
Yeah.
lucky
And I
dude.
guess that I'm blessed that I get to knit it.
Yes.
I get to knit the yak.
You don't wear. You are kind of like me.
You're really
It's kinda
warm.
like making cow or
right?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You run
hot.
warm.
I run really hot anymore, so
I
it's
don't.
age. I think it has really set in. But yeah, so he gets the hats and the sweater this year. Hopefully by winter. This is the Granito.
It's another top down.
Yes,
Kinda.
yes.
Right.
By Hojilo Catelli.
It starts somewhere here.
It starts like the back of the neck. And you do a little bit of shushing
Really pretty.
around.
What kind of yarn is that?
This is
I'm gonna hold it for you.
Pearl Soho's linen quill.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I can see the little flyaways.
So
of
it
linen.
is 50% wool, 35% alpaca, and 15% linen.
Oh, I'm surprised my throat isn't bugging me as much.
I
as
have
that.
not noticed anything
Because you're a
loose.
little bit allergic.
I
to
can't wear the mohair and stuff, so,
alpaca
and if
too.
it gets loose, then I get
You're not getting the
sneezy.
flyaways.
Yeah, no flyaways. Really reasonably priced.
Yeah.
$16 for 439 yards.
It's that linen and alpaca
Yeah.
give you some more length.
Yeah.
So you
My
guys-
oldest son lives in New York City, so the last time I went to visit,
you got this in person, didn't
I made
you?
him take me to Pearl Soho. Yeah.
What a special trip.
Yes. So, and I thought it was just gray with like the white flecks,
Mhm.
but if you start looking, there's blue in there. There's a
Ooh.
little bit of blue, and I noticed it while I was knitting, and I was knitting in the car, and I'm like, I was doing this. I thought I got something on my sweater, you
yeah.
know, and then I pulled out the ball of yarn I was knitting with, and I'm like, there's blue in here.
It's really pretty.
So it's really pretty. It's got a nice depth of color. It's super lightweight.
Mhm.
This sweater has an 8 to 10 inch positive ease.
Yeah.
has little bitty pockets when you get down here, which like would hold a quarter
Yeah.
or a key, you know.
Lady pockets.
Yeah, little bitty lady
Useless
pockets.
ones. Yep.
And
Nice pockets.
I want to get it all
Useful
done
ones,
down to as long as I want it, and then I will knit this. I might knit full length sleeves. I don't normally, but I might.
It's really light.
It is super lightweight. I think it's going to be super warm.
It's gonna be super warm because of that alpaca.
Yeah, but I love the yarn. So yep.
So you like working with it?
Yes.
Not
it's
splitty.
No, not splitty at all.
It's a nice loose gauge, but you can't see through it.
Nope, can't see through it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I like the little faux seams.
Mm-hmm.
You have a seam at the top where everything joins.
Now, those weren't supposed to line up.
They don't line up. This is on
Okay.
your back and this is on your front. So basically, if you line them up, then that seam would go straight down your boob.
Ah,
So they're over to the side.
okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of genius. So you have faux seams in the back and the front, and then
So that was just a purl row?
Mhm.
That wasn't a
Take-
seam for your shoulder? Oh,
I think I'm pretty sure
the
that's what I did.
construction looks really cool.
But yeah, so you did a little bit in the back, and then you came up over, started on the front.
Because I think you had a mission for this to be in the round by the time we got together this week.
No, I wanted it in the round when I went to Seattle because I did not want to have to try to think too hard. So when I got to Seattle, it was about here.
So this is retreat knitting. You think this is going to be done before ZK? Or is this going to be retreat knitting there too?
I'm hoping to have it done.
Because this could be 3 retreat knit.
But if not,
Delight.
maybe by the end of June it'll be finished, so it still counts for the knit-along.
Yeah. For this quarter.
Yes.
Because we're in the second quarter of our
Yes.
knit-along right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could whip out another baby sweater.
You
but
got
I'm
a
not going
penguin
to.
soup.
I have a penguin soup. Yep, she's my favorite.
Stitch
She's
marker
the
in
lucky
there.
ones, Yep. But so I'm hoping to have this done at least by the end of June. But
Okay.
I could, since really right now I'm not going to pick up a shawl that's on the needles. I'm not going to pick up any other socks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be that Rose City roller in this, which basically everything is stocking at this point.
Yeah.
Which means you can do it while you watch TV.
Yeah, I can. And now that I'm watching the baby 3 days a week, and Eliza will start being
Yep.
here next week.
She got a granddaughter this year, guys.
I did in
Mhm.
January. So I'm hoping that because I can just set it down, I can pick it up and just set it down. I won't have to worry too much.
And no shaping, so you're not waiting
No,
for something to
done.
happen.
Done with the shaping. It's all
Yeah.
done. So
Awesome.
it's just straight now down
Is
to.
it gonna be like tunic length or just past your belt loop length or you have a picture?
Tunic? No, belt loop. Length.
Okay.
And see the little bitty tiny pocket? I mean, you're not.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Let's
a
see if
little
it
bitty
comes
pocket.
up on there. Oh yeah, there's a pocket right.
And I might put like something red in the inside of that pocket,
Ooh, that
Just
would be
for a
pretty.
pop of
just for a little pop of
interest.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might.
That's
get
Homie
here and-
Locatelli. I really like her pattern.
They're genius. I mean, they really are. I love. I mean, it's you can see there's really no shaping anywhere.
Mhm.
It is long sleeve in the pattern, so
I think they can make that one because she's just wearing jeans. Yeah.
you would like. I think you would like it.
Because most of her stuff is really big, which would make you have to wear something small as pants, right? Like
Right,
leggings or
right.
something. And that's not my style,
They're
but
not long enough. That's not long enough.
yeah.
It
I
just
don't
says, it's a basic sweater with a relaxed fit and big pockets on the sides, and the pockets are on the sides, so they really aren't going to hold anything.
You know what that reminds me of? That tunic that the fat squirrel just made.
Yeah.
She
Like
just
she just
sewed
sewed one. Yeah, but she just sewed something that has pockets between
her
the
Yes,
sides.
yes,
too.
on the
Yeah.
sides. And
It's very reminding of that.
Amy J. Nitma just finished this.
Yes.
From
the Stockinette Zombies
yes,
podcast.
Yes. Because I was watching the podcast and I put her in the podcast on and I'm knitting on my granito.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, and I'm knitting this granito. And I thought,
We're knitting
twice. She's much faster than me.
Oh, she's done.
Oh, yeah, she's done. But I really like it. I think it's odd that the color I chose is the same color,
Yeah.
basically.
Do
But
you do that?
What?
Do you pick your patterns off of its default color?
I do not normally. And this is net in
I noticed in my
Manos.
first year that everything in my queue was purple. Like the main picture for the project was purple, and I thought, okay, I need to stop doing what I'm doing because do I like the pattern or do I just like the yarns?
Yeah. This is knit in Monos. or Hawaii yarn.
Oh, I love that yarn.
Which is a good yarn.
With some linen in it.
It has some linen, but it's all merino, and which I really, Annette had on that sweater the other day that was all linen. I really want one of those.
Annette finished a sweater, maybe not so recently. I feel like I've seen her wear it a couple times in person.
She finished it to go to Hawaii.
When she went to
So
Hawaii.
at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So she's worn it twice since I've seen her twice this year. She's worn it really pretty. Do you remember what it is?
No.
I'll look it up and I'll put it up
is
here.
beautiful.
But linen and it's open. Looks like open lace, but it's just
It's
an
like
open
a little
gauge.
simple cardigan, like a really loose
And
cardigan.
it might have a cable.
Yes, it has a
Every
cable
once in a
every
while.
once in a while. Yeah.
That makes it look kind of like a flower.
Because I asked
Or a
her if it was
butterfly.
ruched.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was doing some kind of ruching stitch every now and then.
I think it's knit cuff to cuff. Because didn't you notice that the cables were going this way? The twists were going that way?
I noticed they were
Nice.
weird, but I wasn't sure that
I did
The
not.
knitting was going that way.
really
I just thought it
pretty.
was pretty.
Yeah, I'm not sure if my hands can handle the linen, but I want, a full linen, but I want to give it a shot.
Well, I'm thinking because it's on such big needles, it might be okay.
Yeah.
But then you have an issue with big needles
I
too.
do have an
so
issue with big needles.
might
If
be-
it's over 7, my hands hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that problem. I have that problem when I get to like 10s and 11s. So I
I
just
wonder if
don't.
it's because they're so much heavier than we're used to, and then you also have that and the weight of the yarn.
I think it's a lot to do with it. I do.
And the way, because you said that you curl your hands too, which you'd be holding up that extra.
With just the tips
Because
of
it
your
hurts,
fingers.
yeah, it hurts my hands too.
Your husband came with us to this event.
He did. He typically does.
He didn't encourage you to buy anything.
Oh,
but he wasn't telling you not
He
to.
made me buy the Wonder Woman yarn.
That's right.
He pretty much made me. He was like, "No, you have to buy that." Like, what? All right, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
you're right. I do need it.
He's always been our package carrier.
Yes,
at
he carries
events.
packages.
Yeah.
He's a mule.
Yes.
And if we need something, he'll run go get it.
He keeps an eye on your little.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Your little was overwhelmed.
Oh yeah. It's adults get overwhelmed, so
So we got a 6-year-old with us who is intending to get yarn.
Yes, I told her I would buy her a skein of yarn because she has learned to knit.
she has.
But she was so overwhelmed that yarn was not her cup of tea.
She bought herself a little alpaca
Yeah. Not
And
a
a
live one.
And a row counter.
and a row counter.
Yes.
That before she even bought it, she was up to like 797 clicks before she even paid for
Like,
it.
oh, how many do you have? And she's like, oh.
Well, I think she was playing with the side one too. She didn't
Oh.
realize that was like your rewind mechanism.
So part of me wondered if she realized for 100% that the clicking of her thumb was
Yes,
making
it's
that
actually
number go
doing
up.
it. Yeah.
Because I don't think she realized it till she started looking at it. She's like, oh. Or like, it's a row counter. She's like, oh, cool.
She was very excited.
She just
about
wanted it.
She was.
Because it was just a gadget in her
It's a
hand.
fidget spinner.
Yeah, it's like a
Yes,
fidget spinner,
yeah.
which she likes.
We found it on a yarn truck.
The best yarn truck I have.
Do you
think I've
remember what
ever
the
been
name
on.
was?
Hang
We
on.
all bought from that. Well,
yeah.
What pulled us over was Shangyu logo.
In the wild, we saw it.
That was for real. Like, I've only seen pictures.
I know. I was like, holy crap!
And I
holy.
wondered,
Hey, mine's in my other bag.
Ridiculous.
how true is this? How true to, like, color are? True to color.
Perfect.
If you think her skeins are, buy it. You got my permission. It
It's
looks
awesome.
exactly what the pictures look like.
It was so pretty.
Yeah. And then, I don't know if you guys noticed, but while we were there, one of the hanging things fell over.
Just boop. Yeah. I don't think it was that windy, but it went down.
Uh-huh.
I missed
And
that.
so she was restocking. I think she
on the
saved
other
the
side
yarn.
of
I'm trying to think who the
the
other,
Hue logo.
who else she carried that
Lemonade.
spun right round
Yeah.
and
Lemonade
lemonade
Shop.
and CS dye.
Yes, which is local to Kentucky.
Yeah,
Yes.
you brought me a skein last year
Yes.
to ZK. I got another one. I picked up a colorway that you'll see in a little bit, and I looked down, and I was the first one to grab it. Like, it was on the bottom shelf, it was kind of tucked away. I pulled it out, brought it out to the light. I guess the 2 people next to me saw it and picked up the
Went.
rest. That there was 4 more skeins behind the one that I picked up. I went back to it. It was
Total grab it
empty.
and grouse
Was
it.
that the Yarn Birds? It was an awesome little yarn truck.
It was really, and she was really sweet, and she had a helper, and 2 people were doing money. It went,
It went
really
well. There wasn't a whole lot of room inside. You could get like It was tight inside.
And unlike 716, where you go in their truck, where you go in
Yes.
one side and you come out another, you went in
Mhm.
and out the same place, so
Yeah.
it made it a little bit more difficult. That would be my only
But
suggestion.
it was really well lit.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the colors were true to color when you pulled it out into the light, which is always tricky for even vendors that are indoor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I go to Leading Man Fiber Arts all the time, and I look at it, and I was like, ooh, that looks teal to me. I get it home, and it's green. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Well darn.
Read that one wrong. And you could just go by the name.
Right.
Because their
that's
names
true.
are pretty true to what color it is.
Yes.
Right.
And they were there at the Fiber Festival this year.
I got
so that
a-
was pretty awesome.
I got a little spy on it because we're going to purchase that at ZK. I couldn't make the purchase this time. Because I knew I was going to see them.
I think I
in
want a
couple
ground
weeks.
pepper sweater from them, a sweater kit. I think that's what I really
I think
want.
you need it.
I do too. I think that's
Is
what
ground
I want.
pepper fingering?
Sport?
Oh, that's going to knit way fast. Well, faster than fingering.
Faster than fingering.
Yes. I just think of the fingering sweaters I've done, and I'm thinking I don't think I can torture myself in that again. Because I was on US4.
Oh, do the pigments on like 7 or 8.
The fingering?
Yeah.
Yarn
that's the one I
birds.
knit.
It is
Yarn
yarn
Okay.
birds.
It's a yarn truck.
It's fabulous.
It was good.
Yeah, she was good. I feel like I'm missing one of the yarns. The one that was right before the door. Oh, Valkyrie was there too.
Right before the door to go out? Or
To go into the van. The last.
There was Lemonade
thing.
Shop. There was Hue Loco.
And it was speckled.
Oh, I remember.
Right?
But I
You
don't
can
know what
see
it's
it. I
called.
just can't think of who it was.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember.
remember the one that had all the.
The one that had all the foul word in the
Yes.
title. Shit? Was that the title?
No.
Ass. Okay. All the ass yarns.
Something, yeah.
But I don't remember. That was the name of the
Yes! Wait, you bought it though,
No,
right?
I didn't. So
Oh.
we
put it
got it.
back.
On
Put
the
it back.
tag, it says something super snarky, and it was
said,
worth
life's
buying.
too short to, can I say it?
Yeah.
Life's too short to knit with shitty yarn. It was hilarious. And then all their
Colorways. Had the word
Colorways.
ass in 'em.
yeah, one was
Uh-huh.
like scary ass and unicorn ass and things like that. They were hilarious. They were
Oh,
really
man.
pretty.
I hope it comes back to us and we remember. It was really
I can't
fun.
think of the name of the
remember.
company though.
I know. We all can see it too. I can see all the skeins
Yes.
right now.
Mhm.
And I can see the card.
And
And I
I-
can't see the name. Like I just
Can't
remember
read
the
that
back
name
side.
right
Because
now.
I took.
Stop. CSI now. You introduced me to them.
She's
last
like a
year.
forensic scientist, so her tags look like
It's a
toe
toe tag.
tags. So on the back, it's all the information, like in a toe tag.
So it's Toil and Trouble on her A. Miller base. Right? Is that what technician
Alibi sock
means?
base.
Oh, Alibi Sock Base. Wait, her name's
A.
A.
Miller
Miller.
is the technician who, like, I think she died it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's her.
Alright. So it's 400 yards, 80-20, superwash nylon.
And she's a dyer out of Kentucky.
Can you see the pops of green in there? If it doesn't show through, I'll take a picture and post it. But it's purple, maybe overdyed in black, and there's specks of orange and green in
And
there.
lime green, yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty yarn.
So pretty. Yeah. Not a tight twist, but have you used them for sock yet?
Yeah, it's superwash
Yeah.
merino nylon. It'll be good.
Yeah.
It should hold up pretty well.
And then I got a self-striping, because self-striping doesn't count as a purchase, right?
Well, I'm going.
and
So they tell me.
this is the first time buying Valkyrie fibers. You guys seen their tag before? This is a series called Middle Earth, and this is the Strider colorway. It is 75-25 superwash nylon, and you get 463 yards. So I already know I'm going to love this base, because this is the base that I always look for with independent dyers. Because if it's the same content at the same yardage, it came from the same mill,
Right.
which is awesome. So that's going to be squishy, but look at those stripes.
It's
They're
a pretty
gonna-
color.
I think there's speckle in those
I do
stripes.
too. I see speckle in that
yeah.
gold.
And tonal in those stripes. So
That's gonna be really cool.
it's gonna be so pretty. I have a feeling I might have something very similar, self-striping in Lollipop at home. But it wasn't around to tell me that it exists, so I bought it. And I'm over it.
It called to you.
Yeah, it's mine. And then we found Apothecary Fabrications. Let's see if I can turn that so you can see the whole name in it. Apothecary
She has
Fabrications.
luscious colors.
She has beautiful colorways. Now, I was a bit confused why your contrasting colorway is a gray. I think I would have done a pop of green. And that green is kind of an olivey bright. It changes a bit. And then speckled in the gray bits. And then there's a bit of cream in there too.
And what's the colorway called?
This is called...
Oh, right here. Is that it?
Mm-mm. That's the base.
That's
the
the
base is the
base?
middle of the road sock.
Hmm.
As in, there was two that came together, I think. Heel and toe
Right.
matching mini. Eco-friendly.
Maybe it doesn't have a colorway.
100% merino, middle of the road sock. It doesn't have a colorway name, guys.
I have some gray from her, just a really shiny gray that I bought from her a couple years ago there.
There's 436 yards, and it's 100% wool. Merino wool. I did not read the tag before I bought it, and I held this forever.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't read it. So it can't be socks, because it's not tightly wound.
No.
But it'll be a shawl. So look for it in the future as a shawl.
It'll be a beautiful shawl.
Oh, it's
Then
so
you have a mini to use for
pretty.
something
And I have a mini for something.
Your blanket.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a heavy mini, though. It's probably like a 20 grammer. And then this one, guys.
Which also doesn't count because it's vacation yarn.
Yes.
Yeah. This is definitely, it's called Funky Kentucky. So, yeah, it's a pops of colors. I don't think it's showing at all. That's
It
it.
is.
That's a teal, and that's coming out like
Yeah.
It's got
Dark.
purple in it,
purple and a bright green.
like a magenta maybe, fuchsia.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's really pretty. And there was a lot to choose from. There was 3 different bases. I think you could get it in DK.
Mhm.
You can get it in 2 different socks and a sparkle
Sparkle.
sock.
Yes.
So I could go through and find the one with the most purple in it, which I did. Less pink, more purple. It's really pretty. So this is Twist Fiber Studios. They also had some mystery bags.
Yeah, I thought about it.
I
I
thought
thought
about it
really
too.
hard about it.
I did too.
Because this was $26. And you could get 2 skeins of mystery
For like
in this bag for $30.
Yeah.
It's 2 for 1, practically. And I thought about it, and we asked her if, do you kind of know what's inside? And she's like, you could tell by the color of the bag. Well, the ones with the 2 skeins in it were pink bags. I was like, no, but what kind of pink? I was like,
I know pink.
No pink at all, thank you. But I was tempted because you were getting 2 skeins
Yeah.
for the price of
It was
one.
beautiful yarn.
Yeah.
Even this, I'm not a big sparkle fan normally,
Mm-mm,
but even
that
the
one caught my eye.
sparkle was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was
Very
gold stellina in it, maybe, because it just really had a different look.
I think so.
Yeah.
So this is their Fairview fingering. It's 75/25 super merino nylon,
Same.
463 yards.
Same
So
base
you
you
know I'm
like.
gonna love this yarn. I'm so excited about that. I don't know what it's gonna be. It hasn't spoke to me.
Other than to say, take me home.
Mm-hmm. So put it in your bag. Doesn't count.
I liked it.
Then I bought a
Okay.
bunch of soap, which is in that other bag over there. Got
Which is always good.
I got a chocolate one, a coffee one, an orange one because I always get a citrus, and I think cherry almond.
Nice.
That's the same place I had that chocolate mint, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That chocolate mint smelled like chocolate mint.
Man.
There was a lot of pottery places there.
Okay,
I only got yarn and soap.
so from the
Sean
yarn
said no
truck,
more mugs.
Well,
from the yarn truck, I got Hue Loco in the pink peppercorn colorway, 80-10-10 CSN. The
Merino cashmere
Yeah.
nylon.
Mhm.
So here's the Hue logo tag if you haven't seen her before. She gets a lot of hype, guys, and you know what? She
It's
deserves
worth
it.
Yeah. I've never seen her in
That.
person. Never
No,
seen
I've
the
never
yarn.
seen it in
It is
person.
gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Seen it in pictures, and it does not disappoint.
That was
Yeah.
the first booth that we went
Yeah, it was
into
at the
like
yarn
the
truck,
animal
yeah.
tent first.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we came out and it was at that truck and we're like, oh, we'll just spin by. And then we were like, that says Hue logo.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
And Lindsay was like, well, I'm going to go look at everything and then come back. I'm like, I'm buying this now.
And then I
Mhm.
ended up buying some.
Yeah. Buying now.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
maybe that's not a good plan.
And that one I've been looking at for a while.
And this
Right.
is the Lemonade Shop in our Mighty Sock, the Fire Pit colorway, which is phenomenal.
So it's going to be mostly gray, and then you're going to get a
It's-
little stripe
Yeah,
of
there were
all
little blips of
these.
color. We
Mhm.
looked it up online to see what it would look like.
Mhm. We were intrigued.
Gorgeous. I had a gray thing going on Saturday,
Oh, yeah.
apparently. No red.
No
but I did
red
the gray
yet.
thing, yeah. And then from Two Guys Yarn, who I love their yarn.
Yeah, you knit in their tweed sock or
Yes,
something.
Yes, and they were at ZK last year.
Yes, they
so
were.
I love their yarn. This is their Uptown base in the Blue Face Luster Cashmere and Nylon colorway.
That's 15% cashmere in there.
Yeah. It's fingering weight.
415 yards. You're getting... That's a good amount. It's dark charcoal
Yeah,
with some...
Little
A
pop
tonal of...
maybe blue.
Blush
Floating around
gray.
there. Yeah.
I think it's going to look a lot like this. Maybe
Mhm.
more blue.
Oh, it could. Yeah, yeah. And my last purchase, this was totally. I was finished. Wasn't
We
gonna
were
buy
done.
anything
It
else.
started raining, and we got sucked
Stuck
back
in.
into the barn.
Yeah.
She bought one more thing.
Yeah.
You did
This-
too.
I did.
Same place.
Is
booth.
Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farm. I do not know where they're. Oh, Harvard, Illinois.
Oh.
This is a DK.
She had a lot of inspiration sections. So she
Yeah.
had Harry Potter.
This is
Mhm.
Harry Potter. It's called I'll Await Your Owl, and it's a cream color
It's got some brown
with
in
some
it.
flecks of brown and black, maybe chocolate.
And like a rose
Yeah.
color.
Yeah. And it's
Fancy
75% merino, 25% nylon, 246 yards. It's a decent size
Yeah.
skein of DK. I
Yeah.
thought. I love the colors and totally not anything I would normally
And
purchase.
as you can see at the bottom of the screen down here, you can see my speckle is white, and you can see that this one isn't.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I like about it. I don't think I like the stark white
I
speckles.
I mean, I looked at all the Harry Potter colors and most of them were very bright. The Molly
Mhm.
Weasley sweater one was amazing.
It was gorgeous.
But there was something about this one that just kept making me pick it up.
Mhm.
And it's not like anything you would see in my yarn
Mm-mm.
cabinet. Totally different.
Yeah, so that was Harry Potter. They also had Lord of the Rings
They
references.
had Supernatural.
Supernatural was there. She had mini skein sets for each of them too, and she
Game
had
of Thrones.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah, it was really
What was
nice.
yours from?
Supernatural. I got the Winchester brothers, I believe.
You pointed it out to her.
Yeah. Well, because the other one was like black, red, and white, and I don't really knit with red very often.
Mhm.
Which I liked the idea behind that one better, just
Mhm.
because it
You
was
like the
something with
reference.
baby, yeah.
Yeah.
And I really liked it, but it was kind of cool because it looked like flex, so I don't know, it was cute. I was like, oh, it's so pretty, but I won't.
I'm not a red
Oh, you
person.
I'm
said-
not a red person,
yeah.
so the one I got had like grays and greens and browns in it.
It was
It
pretty.
was really pretty.
So-
Which also is not normally what I buy.
So
Green,
picture
yes.
will be taken and inserted.
Yes, I will
here.
take a picture. I cleaned out my bags, had to go to work, and I completely just spaced. You need to leave that in there. That's why it's in there. And I just took it out. And
That was
like,
intended.
I thought we did pretty good though. We didn't get a ton of yarn. Annette came for a
A
fleece.
fleece, and she got it, and it was
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
We'll
Was
probably be inserting a fun picture right here.
a blue ribbon winner.
Yes, it was gorgeous.
Beautiful fleece.
It kind of had some red in it. And it was
Just at the tips. Most of
It
those
was
tips will
black,
come off
yeah.
when you.
Oh, okay.
They're sunburnt tips. Okay.
Oh.
So most of those will come off when you process your fleece.
So it'll be black.
It's gonna
But
be
it was
black.
like a gorgeous,
Yeah.
deep.
And
black.
that's what
It's
she
super
wanted.
pretty.
She was shopping for color, found the one she liked. Had
I kind
beautiful
of pushed
print.
her into it. And they
Yeah.
had look when you first looked into the section that had all these bags full of fleece. It was 9 pounds.
The one was 9
One
pounds.
was
Yeah.
a 9-pound fleece.
That's a lot of fleece.
It was a good price on it
It
too.
was.
I mean, it was not a bad
It was like
price on that
$130 or
fleece.
something.
Yeah. She ended up with like a 5.5, maybe 5.25.
I think it was
pounds.
6.
Six
so
and a
she
quarter.
thinks it's
Yeah.
coming
Yeah,
back at
6.25
4.
pounds. She'll think she'll get 4 out of it,
Mhm.
which is
So,
2 sweaters.
We went roaming. So that was the first purchase. She broke the bank for us. She
Right
got
off
us
the bat.
started. She ran it to the car, and then we started shopping yarn. And she came across somebody she had met
In Wisconsin.
in Wisconsin. It was a vendor, right?
And they process fleece.
They process fleece for you. So she's like, I
Can
think it's
I
what,
just-
$14 a pound or something?
Yeah.
Is that what she? Or $14 an ounce? $14 a
No,
pound.
pound.
Okay. That she's going to run into at a fiber festival in November.
So she can pick it up.
It might be ready. They said don't
Don't
count
hold
on
your
it,
breath, but
but it could
maybe.
be. So she might be she said there's enough for 2 sweaters in there.
It was beautiful. The crimp on that thing was phenomenal.
yeah, it was gorgeous. Absolutely
I
gorgeous.
think we all stayed in budget.
Yeah, I did.
Did you? I did.
I haven't stayed in budget in Seattle, so I was pretty
Yeah.
pleased.
We have one more show coming up though. I don't know what I need. I don't think I needed any of that, but
I want to get a
Mm.
sweater quantity.
okay.
Maybe
Sun Valley.
Sport weight. Sun Valley or Leading
Pepper kit,
Man.
don't
One
we?
of the two.
Oh yeah, you're getting
Ground
pepper.
pepper.
Either the ground pepper sweater from Leading Man, or a sweater quantity at
So they already make the
Sun
kit.
Valley. Yeah,
So you don't
You
even
can
have to
pay for it.
hope that they're all gonna be there.
it just
The
needs to be
kits
the right
put
color.
together.
I need the right color. Although I do have enough Cascade 220 up there, I can make it myself.
Yeah,
That top shelf has that black fleck in it.
that it does.
I could just buy the pattern and make it myself.
Okay, so if you don't do that between now and ZK, you might get that at ZK.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna get that knit, but now.
How about
between
you?
now and
I will
Do you have
probably
plans?
find more shawl yarn
And
Okay.
self-striping sock
and
yarn.
self-serving sock yarn.
And I'll keep an eye out if we go our separate directions. Because usually we go through there separately. We
Mhm.
meet up in between
Compare.
when retreat only goes in and when it's open to the public. We get together right there, compare what we found, and then we go back in
Yeah,
and buy some more.
you have to go in waves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think we need to stick together this time
We have kind of similar goals this time.
to not get fingering.
Yeah.
Unless it's self-striping. That one's
Like,
okay.
please.
Which I've told my husband I'm not buying any fingering weight yarn unless it's a sweater quantity.
Or a quantity
Or-
that it's
or a
more than
shawl.
one skein.
I'm
Yeah.
not buying any just single skeins. And
Yeah.
what did I do? I came home from
Yeah.
this
From
with 3 skeins
yeah,
of
me
single
too.
skein sock yarn.
Me too.
I would like to get another skein.
So we
of
do
the,
need each other to say
Okay.
no.
the DK from One Twisted Tree.
Yes. She has a
That was
beautiful
fabulous.
green that's like an emerald green that is beautiful.
So I wanted
And-
to know those hats for me. But I wanted
Mm.
black or gray.
She's got beautiful yarn.
It's hard because I feel like there's a time limit. Like you're racing through. Even though you have 2 hours because the first hour is retreat only and the second hour is, open to the market. But when we were talking to Leading Men Fiber Arts just this past weekend, even they said it's high adrenaline, it's super quick, it's not relaxed in any way for the marketplace. The rest of the retreat is super chill. But as he said that, I thought, I think that's what happens. I go in there, I race through everything, I'm not really looking at every single booth slowly.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I miss a lot, and that's why we go in a
We
second
go back,
time.
yeah, because it's like, you got that. Where did you get that? And that's why you have to. You cannot see it all by yourself
Mm-mm.
one time
But maybe we should mosey this time.
because we really don't need a lot.
And it's not like they sell out of one colorway,
Right.
right?
Right.
I've never experienced that at ZK.
No.
That I missed it. Kind of thing.
We could mosey through easier this year. I mean, my first year at ZK, I was a glutton.
Oh, I was too. I dropped so much money in there.
Me
I still
too.
have them too. I'm so hoardy with that 2015 stash.
My first trip to Stitches Midwest was probably the worst gluttonous thing I had ever done, and I knit the last skein of it this year.
How
And
many
that
years
was
ago was that?
Like 11 or 12 years, yeah.
That's how it's gonna be with my
Yeah.
ZK 2015. How about you? What was your first event that you just went a bit hog wild?
I don't know, because I usually take cash. And I
I
don't
didn't do that the
like
first
to
year.
use my card if I've brought cash. partly because my bank is really super sensitive, and if I forget to tell them that I'm going to another
Yes.
state and I use my card, they're like, boop, and then I don't know it's turned off until.
Oh yeah, we all had that problem at the first CK.
So if I bring cash, I'm like, okay, this is what you have to spend.
Mm-hmm. And you stick with it.
Yes. Then I might not have. Then I might have to use my card to eat on, but you know, whatever.
Okay.
But typically, I can stay.
She doesn't
I
go with
rarely take
abandon.
cash. Yeah, but I rarely take cash.
I always take cash.
But I'm always writing up. I put it in my notes section what I've spent, so that I can keep a running total because I know how much is in my budget.
And how much is too much.
Yeah.
But that was only 4 skeins.
I didn't think that was bad. It was like $130 for
I don't
me.
think I did that bad. I got 2 at the first booth.
Mm-hmm.
I got Wonder Woman yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 1 at that booth. Did you just get 4 too?
I just got 4 because I got 2 at the first Wonder Woman yarn and the Winchester yarn.
Oh. That's a
I
good
think we all
amount.
did really
Well,
well.
I got 2 skeins of self-striping sock yarn.
Yes, you did.
2 more months. Except I think I'm going to cast on my Wonder Woman socks for ZK. I'll cast them on for travel.
Okay. Because it's
So
going to be
I'll be
another
working on
stockinette sock.
Oh, yeah. Stockinette socks, fish lip kiss you.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of boring, but
How about you? Do you have
they
your
come in handy.
travel plans planned?
No, because I plan on having
That done.
that done and hopefully this done. But if this doesn't, this will go with me
Yeah.
to be finished. So I'll have to come up with something to knit
And our
there.
hats we have to design.
Oh yeah, I have to design a dang hat. So
Yeah,
that has
we
to
might
be
be
done
working
in
on that.
June. So we might be working on color work hat,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine.
Yesterday.
Yes.
It's been a really nice little reunion.
It has. It's been super fun.
I think we've really prepped you for your
I'm
first
ready.
retreat.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we've introduced all our knits and our finished objects.
I think so.
I've gotten several rows done on my sweater, so that's a
Yes,
good
you
thing.
have.
Yes, I'll take it.
So until we knit again, guys.
Bye. See, I'm sitting here looking at my yarn thinking, what else am I going to cast on next?
She likes casting on.
I do like to cast on.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should hang your whips open over there.
No.
And then you'll see it rather than stash and be like, yeah, I should finish that whip.
I used to hide my whips in the closet. I do now have them in bags, but they are on the door where I see them.
But when your door to this room is open, it covers that door that you've
That's
hung it
true.
on. So you're still kind of hiding them.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
And this room is at the end of the hall, so I can avoid it totally altogether.
Absolutely.